Hi, it's James. I'm recording at home today, and I'm reading from an author I really like named Rick Bass, and it's from his book, The Sky, the Stars, the Wilderness. So this is from the story by that title, same title, and I'll just get going. It's on page 96 if you happen to have this book sitting around and want to read along. Grandfather and I would sit on the back porch, the flat clay tiles hauled up from Mexico more than 100 years ago in wagon after wagon. Grandfather and I would sit there in our own darkness and listen to the indisputable low sounds of the baseball game and to the steady echo of the stars above us and those cool breezes. The longer we sat there with our backs to the light, the brighter the stars got. Grandfather knew them all: Andromeda, Cassiopeia, the Pleiades, Cygnus. We'd listen to the coyotes, to the Mormon crickets, to the screech owls. We had an old mercury vapor lamp down on the river below the high cliffs to provide light for the cookouts we used to have, but did not have so often later. There was an ancient stone gazebo down on the river, and we could see it below us through the tops of the trees, looking strange and empty with no one sitting around it. The light brought insects into the night, some swarming just over the water, and we could hear fish jumping at them. We'd sit and listen to the night, would listen to it in the darkness, fireflies drifting through the woods just beyond us, as if asking us to follow them. The giant ghost-like Luna moths would fly in from out of the woods and hover at the windows, fluttering like small hawks, trying to get in to where Omar and Father were listening to baseball. The moths were luminescent, feathery pale green, with sweeping forked tails that made them look like angels in long robes. Some people said that, as with lightning bugs, Luna moths spent their days flying around the earth at high altitudes, descending only after the sunset. But Grandfather and I knew that they lived under old logs back in the dark cedar thickets, because we'd found them in there. They didn't come from above, but emerged from the earth below. I want there to be a heaven, an afterlife, but wonder why we look to the stars so often when thinking of it. It would be just like one of nature's ironies for us to inhabit the earth, the muddy, rocky soil in our afterlife, under logs with Luna moths and lightning bugs, sleeping all day and coming out only after dark. As we start to read and hear each other's stories in our daily reader, I hope that you will open your heart. Each of the writings is from someone, from their experience, where they've met God on their journey, and it's great to be able to read through that and learn from each other. I wanted to share that little reading from Rick Bass, partially because I just like his writing, but it reminds me a lot of the way I like to pray, which is usually outside and usually at night. Under the stars, I get a sense, maybe it's because there are fewer distractions, but I get a sense of God's presence and can pray more from the heart when it's dark outside. And so that scene, sitting outside, especially with his grandfather there, and reflecting on the beauty of nature, and though he doesn't use the word God, the way he talks about his experience reminds me a lot of the way I experience God in nature. So thanks again to everyone who contributed, and today and Judith for providing artwork for the cover. I hope you enjoy it, and Love you all and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.